Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing ryanPushes in the 3-minute pool in ICC. I've opened with d4, and let's play knight f3 against that. And I guess he's going to go into a King's Indian? Maybe not, an Old Indian perhaps. An Old Indian. Okay, we'll do the standard setup with bishop e2 and castles. Usually play c6 and then go queen to c7 hereafter. I always forget exactly how to play this setup. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to play d5. Usually like the bishop goes to e3. You kind of proceed from there. But I'm going to play it in novel fashion, let's say. Let's go knight d2. I'm just defending e4. He goes here to stop me from playing b4. Now I'm going to go f3 and then put the knight on c4 is the plan. So reinforcing this weak pawn so that my knight on that was on d2 doesn't have to stay defending it. Now I'll maneuver this, and I think the trade of the light square bishop should help us because I get access to some key squares when those bishops do get traded. Okay, let's take, this is a faster game, so we'll try to keep up the pace. I don't recognize this player. Let's play, maybe I can slowly go for like a3 and then b4 eventually. Not sure this move is best, but it does prevent him from going a4. I can play b4 after that. All right, let's just play g3. Keep his knight out. Very likely he'll play f5. Plays bishop there instead. Okay, I'm okay with trading. If he wants to trade the dark square bishops, he can be my guest. I'm actually threatening bishop takes g5, queen takes g5, knight takes d6. Now I'm threatening knight b5. He could defend it with knight b7, but that's not really the direction he wants to be going. Knight b7 to defend this one. It's the only move. Now queen b6 kind of pinpoints this weakness at least. Kind of looking towards the king side as well. I don't know, it might be dangerous to take this pawn though, at least right away, because there's some discoveries, like they can move the knight. Let's say I were to take it with my knight, then knight c5. And my knights are both stacked here, vulnerable to the rook. And he just resigned. Yeah, this one was over quickly. Might do another video just like I did the other day, just because this was a pretty quick game. I don't think I would resign here if I was black, but I understand why he did resign. Okay, let's have a look. So d6 is kind of a crafty move order. A lot of King's Indian players use this move order because they want to try to entice white to play knight to f3 in view of preventing e5. And then after, let's say, knight f6, followed by going into a King's Indian, black has avoided lines like the same-ish. White can no longer put the pawn on f3. So it narrows white's options. A lot of times I just play e4 directly against this move, but here I did play knight f3 because it's within my repertoire to go into the classical King's Indian, which I'm kind of allowing here. So c4, knight bd7, knight c3, e5, e4. And then this position is standard. I was trying to remember what white usually does because I remember putting the bishop here, but I wasn't quite sure what to do about knight g4. And I could play h3, but in the event that he ever captures later, I'm not really sure that you want, like say something like this happens, and then a5, to stop b4 once again. I'm not sure you really want the pawn on h3. You'd rather have like this pawn back, the bishop on e3, and the pawn on f3. And now if I were to play pawn f3, I have all 4 of my pawns on light squares. That makes a bad impression. The dark squares are going to be weak. So therefore I played d5. It does give him the c5 square, but as you saw, we were able to generate some play with our minor pieces. I think this was all right, f3, and then put the knight on c4. I'm not sure this plan of going like bishop a6 is good for him, because you saw he became weak on the queen side, especially on the light squares. But I think he might have been doing okay until the moment that he played bishop g5. I don't like that move for him. I thought maybe just f5. This does leave the knight on h5 in bad shape sometimes, like say take, and then perhaps f4 is a possibility, attacking this one. But this might have been a better option. Or at least perhaps knight g7 first, and then go f5 hereafter. That could be an option, if black's concerned about the knight hanging on h5. Let's just see what the computer says about it. King h8, queen d7, f5 directly. Yeah, so if f5 directly and I take and then play f4, what's going on here? E takes f4, queen takes h5, f takes e3, bishop takes e3, and then bishop f6. Rook c1, and it says the position's roughly equal. So black has some good play with the minor pieces. Yeah, hitting my rook. Okay. So that's probably what he should do. Bishop g5 looks to be a big mistake. Yeah, knight c4, and I think he just overlooked the possibility of knight b5, just hitting this weakness. And already it's hard to defend. Plays knight b7, but yep, queen e3, probing the b6 pawn, and his knight is stuck on a bad square. And he wants to move it so his rook can help out in the defense, but he needs it there because he needs to defend d6. So he's dropping a pawn. And I am plus 2.5. I was expecting him to continue at least a little bit because, you know, say black does play a move like f5, the computer suggestion. I don't know, if I take here like right away, there are some things to consider, like, yeah, f4, or even this knight c5 move I mentioned, because my knights are kind of stacked. I guess I might have a move like knight takes d6, removing a defender. How does that work? Take, knight back to c4. And then he's got two things under attack. But that's at least complicated. He should probably make it out and play it out and make me find something there. So, all right, I'm going to record one more, so you guys will get another video today. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.